Yanyantechua, and maybe I'm discovered for Europe. I come a bushing for Ghana. No, me used to tap send, tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Eye easy, eye convenient, eye fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover ye map him. Tap send. Intienne. Also download the tap send app. No, ever mobile phone so free. Na first ka come we bushing for Ghana for na. Tap send. Papa no.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Green select glucometer, check it. Push sugar level, check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Emre tudo nani etena ka mu kwanten akotonyo mabegu ye shop mu se ubenya ni nyina ofako enno so ya asem foforo owo so to mfa akosika swane ne mpatamu anase achimota lapa se kosi nsawam. Jimmy Dale is your one-stop shop distribution for wholesale and retailers. Safa drinks, insure, enyane, anasa ade bia wo pe bia. So woko tonko adia enye bebia wo se wutumwa eye Jimmy Dale. You can locate Jimmy Dale Ventures at Giga Junction inside Soto, or call us now on 0208-920-996. Jimmy Dale Ventures, the official sponsor for Sammy Flex TV.
Boom bam, and some na air cosmo industry. We tomu asana you bet you boom bam. Almost everybody is having an issue with someone in the entertainment industry, and they are dropping bombs. Boom bam, left, right, and center. But then we don't have any case with anybody. What we have is to sit and to discuss their cases, whether their cases are really good cases or they are bad cases. So today, some good number of them will be on our table for us to do the discussion. So you are welcome to Showbiz Daily here on Sammy Flex TV. And I want you to know that if you are here, you should know that this is the only platform where gentlemen sit to discuss show business in Ghana and beyond it. Another edition is here. So give us just about 2 hours of your time and let's inform you, educate you, and entertain you. And I know at the end of the day, you also become part of the bigger family, the whole world. Yeah. The feedback from our people from around the world looks so beautiful. So you can also be a part of it. What are you waiting for? Let's zoom into action where Roland Amate is already in your shot. He is an event publicist, talent manager, and also a blogger. And he's one of my pundits here on the show. Now, Abbas Muiz is also here. And he is the CEO of Elevate. He's also a marketing person, an event person, as well as one of my pundits here on the show. At the extreme end, of course, he remains Ampong's lawyer, Tim Solomon, a.k.a. Chemo. He's Ampong's lawyer. He's also a digital content strategist, and he is our online manager. It's a Shatanya case VNT. It's a Shatanya case VNT. Ampong, the NIAD. But so far, so good. Now, as we speak, finally, we have all listened to the Ampong song in full. I think all this while I've been telling my people, guys, wait. Let's listen to the Ampong song in full, and that when we are done listening to it, we can now say for a fact or not that it is a diss song to DL, aka Daddy Lumba. Now you and I, we have listened to it, but Maybe Roland, they say they have listened to more than what we've listened to. I said, hey, how? How did you guys listen to more than what we have listened to? Anyways, you'll find out how that went about and see what we can do about it. But let me also say thanks to the men behind the scenes. Digital Rasta is Currency on camera. Richie Flex is the editor, director of the show. Emmanuel Ferry Lampiji, Gideon Nilamtesin, also supporting the production. And we are about to do it. Let's read your comments. So send them through and let's see what they are going to mean to those who are also going to watch it. But to start with, I want us to commend and congratulate man like Asamoah. Asamoah has done so well. Information we are seeing out there is that Stonebwoy is showing gratitude to him for paying for his knee surgery some 7 years ago. Say, hey. Remember, Stonebwoy was involved in an accident, and ever since that accident, his knee has not been the same, and it has been disturbing him. Sometimes, as a performer, he gets disturbed with it, so he had to go on a surgery. I think we saw videos when he was in the hospital doing the surgery. He was there for some good number of weeks until he came back and he showed us that, yeah, he is now okay. He can at least stand on his feet to jump, and he has been doing well. Since then, he has been doing so fine, and I want to say congratulations to him for overcoming his weakness, or maybe for overcoming his deficiencies and making sure that his trade as a musician will always be on top. We thank God. He says it was Asamoah, and I'm asking, is this what we mean by support your own? Or maybe it's a different story. So on Twitter, Stonebwoy said, Asamoah 3, you came through for me around this same time 7 years on. You decided to take my surgery cost. I am forever grateful. And this is Baby Jet. Baby Jet sitting in his Rolls Royce. Wow. He's a big man. And Asamoah, who I'm sure was not even thinking about this, said, oh wow, 7 years already? I'm happy to be part of this. It is all from the heart. And I'm asking, is this what we call support your own? Abbas, really support your own, Anna? And there are more to this.
I think...
your mic.
I think greetings to everybody who is watching and listening to us from anywhere across the globe. Greetings to all the colleagues here and to yourself.
Good.
And to all your guys in the studio. This support your own, clear sign. And also, one of the lessons I learned from this is that being grateful, internally grateful. You could say that Stonebwoy felt like, okay, I've been praying for this person backdoor for a long time. Let me just let the world know that it meant so much to me. And also being kind. This is being kind. This is be kind. You get it? This is be kind, because he, Asamoah, wasn't even expecting it. It's like it's one of those things I've done, and it does it. You see, he has been kind to the gentleman, and from where I'm standing, all I will say is that God should bless him. God should never let him relax in doing good or feel fed up of doing good. Because the way Ghanaians have treated Asamoah, it's not easy at all. It's not easy. If someone is like Asamoah, and you see, Asamoah is also one of those people or footballers who, one way or the other, have find a way to escape the woman. I don't want to call it womanizing, but victim to women kind of thing. Because womanizing it, literally will be a catfish, but escaping the catfish that will hook your teeth, is the thing.
Escaping the hook.
The hook of the catfish. That is the thing. And he's successful. That one, no doubt. And I think the kind of moves that Ciro is doing now, he has done some. And no tax, no nothing, collect it and come home. And he has done that. And we could see. I think, is it last year or last 2 years? I was part of the project that launched his book. Did an event for him and everything. And I saw a lot of back end work tirelessly. We worked from a very comfortable office in East Legon. And bro, we go to meeting and juice papa, dear Johnny Papa, we use a 1 hour kakra papa bi. To me the 2 CV papa bimu. Say, you work on a project that didn't stress you. Unya o camp peace papa bi so da. It's it's refreshing. Now, okay, so his kindness a crossboard, and yeah. Yes, introvertedness and long to
that book. Well, it's not you to answer because I did not feel that book outside after the launch. The only hype we had about that book was just the launch, and after.
Yeah, the intention actually was to be able to tour it. So there was, if Kekeli will allow me, there was other places like Kumasi, and there was outside Ghana too. There were
guys were supposed
to go to tour. But I know the leadership are working. They are trying to put things in place because it's not easy to get His Royal Majesty Otu to be on board and say. And you know, the time we did the Accra one, it was also the President of the Republic who gave that date and the period that we need to do it. So that's the need. That's what call for it. And if you are entering into other countries, we need prominent people. So the leadership in Asante need to give that. Then again, one of the things I also learned from it is that look, Stonebwoy is in his peak, is in his highest moment, and still being grateful. Somebody would have considered this thing is one of those things that, because we know our people in the industry, if you give him your teeth, crown, normal. Those things, those
at that time, the teeth was not brushed.
Now the man,
this teeth, they see me brush it.
And you know, in our industry, people, I don't know. People feel like being ungrateful is a swag, and they make people, investors, fans, even this kind of people. What do we call them? Philanthropists, helpers, and all those stuff. I have two categories. I don't know how to put them, but one of them was the one who was hooking Daddy Lumba too much. They become too fanatics, and the girls to trap people. You know, that kind of thing. But these people are all part of your journey in life. And coming out to be grateful, I just wish that a lot of artists will be able to come out and say, oh, if it was not for this man, I would never get my first show done. If it wasn't for this, if it wasn't for that. That also encourage others to help other people. You get me? But not at the stance where, like in our serene right now, somebody will say, okay, even among themselves, they are being ungrateful to each other. There's the likes of the Sammy Sarkodie issue, Sarkodie and others issue, Daddy Lumba and Ampong, the great Ampong issue, and so forth. But you could see that Stonebwoy, out of it, he came to shine a light, and it's refreshing to have another side of it from a talent that, look, when I was in my dark moment, when I lost my mother, some few weeks later, somebody helped me. And that knee alone wasn't easy because he had that accident. He lost his twin brother. And look, apart from your leg, that leg brings you some memory. You could be there and be alive. And I'll tell you, since Stonebwoy did that leg, it has shot him up. And those days, if you want to say anything, even people who say they love Stonebwoy, they use that thing to laugh at him directly or indirectly. And they'll come, and if somebody wants to roam or those Stonebwoy, you need to come and do the leg some way. If you want to act something, if you want to insult him, where the likes of Chatawale and co even insulted him for that. You see, but being grateful is very important. Generally, I just want to tell all of us, please don't get tired of helping people. Out of the 10, who knows? Out of 100 people that Asamoah have smiled to, have done good to, this is one that has come and repay him in goodness. Others will nail him, crucify him. And you know, as the Christian says, Jesus came to die for us, our sins. So definitely.
I see. But I'm asking that the kind of love sometimes we see the footballers show the musicians. Do we see them reciprocating the love? I think I have had a session with maybe you or Berima on these footballers and musicians love before, that it has always been one-sided. It has always been from the footballers to the musicians. Obviously, they have money more than them. But do we also see the other side showing some kind of love to the footballers sometimes? And not beyond Stonebwoy. Beyond Stonebwoy. Yeah. I think I remember I've had a session on this before.
Yes, I remember too. But one of the things I say is that clearly everybody on the surface will say it's one-sided, but back and we may not know what will happen. And again, I also feel like it's two-way thing, because you have the money, but you also need the popularity, and you also need the power. That three things goes together. They have the popularity, they have the power. For example, let's say Stonebwoy wake up today and say, I'm doing this song for Asamoah, and I'm dashing it to Asamoah, me and you, let's feature on it. I'm dashing it to you. I'm not taking any royalty. I'm not taking anything. He has actually paid him back. He has actually done something good to him. And there are others also who sing songs across, not just in Ghana. They put the name of footballers and all those. I know people who have sung song who put Adebayo and some other people named on it. It's also a way of giving back. And I know that even in this industry that we have that, musicians, when they want to do something, they send special invite to footballers. I've been on a couple of events that the person will say, oh, please try and give invitation to this person, that person, that person. Say, oh, let's sell ticket to him. He has my say, no, don't sell to him. I want you to give him free ticket. And you could see that it's genuinely from a place of, I want to invite that person to come to an event. And I can say, I remember Paimoka, with even the likes of Asamoah, received special invite, inviting them for the Paimoka concert itself. So it's not one way, it's two-way affair. But definitely, no matter how a rich man show you love, poor man, there's no way you will show love that will pass his love. Yes. The best love I can show you is that buy my gari and say, come and eat some. But I know you can buy fried rice. If you buy fried rice and I bring gari the following day, still people will say, I have not shown love. But that is my last coin. That is my last coin that I've shared with you. And I also believe that we shouldn't also, from a lot of people also feel like, okay, it is only when you give valuable, like you exchange something financial, that's when you've given. No. I remember Sarkodie went to England or somewhere in UK like that, and he went to support a Ghanaian artist, a Ghanaian footballer playing, and he was there, and yeah, I think he endorsed, or the player gave him a shirt or so. I quite remember there's something like that. That's also showing love.
I think Pate gave this guy Kidi and then the Kwame Eugene. I remember that one.
Has also been to Arsenal with Nketiah also.
You get that kind of thing. So it's also a way of showing love. Maybe a lot of.
In the earlier submission, he said it is not easy for an artist to record a song and dash to him. Do you mean Stonebwoy has dashed a song to Asamoah? Is that what you mean?
No. I mean, like, okay, like what he has done to him. You know, this thing, the knee, mean a lot to Stonebwoy.
No, I get it.
And
Asamoah, you said something like that, so yeah, I was thinking that.
No, you were saying one of the ways they can
also dash back.
So you didn't mean he's done that?
Yeah. No. Like, okay, say I'm a musician, and Brass, I mean, you've helped a lot of musicians, and we all know that music is forever, and it's also something that you can keep. To say, like you've built a house that you have a property for your family. A group of musicians can come and say, say me, Abbas the musician, Kojo King the musician, Yao Gray the musician, Sarkodie the musician, Shatawale. We come, we say we are doing an album called Flex, and we are dashing it to you. Collect the royalty, collect everything. We have not brought you physical cash, but we've given it to you. It's for you and your family to chop forever. And you come in as a musician, written by, produced by, like we've done everything, but we've put your name. It's also a way of giving it back to that people, because even if they don't make use of the royalties now, in the future, them or their family could make good use of it.
Makes sense. Ro, how about you? You see, is this the real support you own that the industry has been looking for? Yes, so this was a Stonebwoy featuring Asamoah. Yes, I look for it.
Then get
Dirty enemies. Yeah, that's why I wanted to confirm whether that was what you meant, because I went to do that search and I found dirty enemies. Yeah.
But I God bless Asamoah. In fact, this is very beautiful. When we say support your own, yes, it comes in different ways. Most of the times, people would want to see what they are expecting before they say you are supporting your own. But support, we know, comes in different sides. When you are calling for support, you should be clear in what you want. If Stonebwoy probably is calling for Asamoah support, maybe he's not calling for how do we call it, for Asamoah to come and stream his song, for Asamoah to come and buy him car or something, but then probably specifically this is what he needed and Asamoah came through for him. Another thing has to do with gratitude. See, no one is perfect in this world. The Asamoah that Stonebwoy is praising today is also being crucified by another camp just this moment, and that is life. We cannot run.
For doing what?
For not helping them. For not helping them, I mean, because
it's funny, huh?
Yes,
Entitlement everywhere.
Yes, because he met Asamoah in traffic.
Everybody thinks you've not helped him.
Yes, he met Asamoah in traffic. Do asa, hey, ole monko. Asamoah he did not even wave. He did not even roll down. He just left like that. Sure. The guy best.
Yesterday we got some call like that. They were waving Sarkodie and
He didn't mind him. So Sarkodie is arrogant.
At that moment.
You understand? So it is like that. That is why I will encourage everybody to, whenever somebody does something to you and you are grateful, show it. Let the world know, or let the person know how grateful you are to that gesture. Because you see, that even goes a long way to even give the person hope to still continue to do whatever they are doing. Because it will move from you and extend to another person. And that is the beauty of it. But if somebody does good always and doesn't get that kind of gratitude, people showing him gratitude for what he's done, but rather anytime he flaws or he falls at a certain place, that is when the crucifixion comes, then automatically you kill the person's spirit. To the man says, Sammy flex, Papa, yeah, why, Nana, they be able to read you, not Sammy flex, I hear me say, Sammy flex, I hear me say, Sammy flex, and now Papa, now anybody encounter. Then they be as Sammy flex. I'm sure one day you are human, Charlie. When it gets to you, you can get fed up of doing good. And at that particular point, maybe there was somebody that you were supposed to help the next day for the person to survive. With that kind of spirit, the person would probably die. So it is good. And also, if we can't be grateful for people doing us good, just shut up. Just shut up. And we can't also determine, yes, I know Chemo has one of his philosophies in saying your intention is not always enough. But then, if somebody wants to do you good, and somebody wants to do good because Papa no it will not do anything to him. It will not harm him. It will not do anything. Yes, some people do good and it comes back to them as bad. Like the results comes out bad. It doesn't mean that we should crucify those people. At least let's base on that intention of them helping. And let's still give them a pat at the back that, okay, probably next time you should do it this way. But not come with some level of ungratefulness to even chastise that act. When I'm saying this, I am pointing specifically at Stonebwoy tiny incident. Yes, Stonebwoy, just like Asamoah came through for Stonebwoy. As at that point, we can't say Stonebwoy was a poor person, or probably he couldn't have been able to pay for his surgery. But then Asamoah did it, and Stonebwoy is grateful. That is it. Whether he was able, like he would have been able to pay or not, still Asamoah came to his aid and he is grateful. So if somebody does something good to you and you think you didn't need it or you don't need it, and the person has become post-kaya and you think you can't be grateful, just shut up and let those who are grateful come and show their gratitude, and we all be fine. But God bless Asamoah and God bless Stonebwoy also for letting the world know that yes, there's some.
Is this the first time he's talking about this?
I think so. Because I've not heard Stonebwoy anywhere speak about somebody paying for it. If he's spoken about his knee, and as far as the surgery is concerned, it is always about, yes, I was injured and I've been able to do it through surgery.
All right, Chemo, how about you?
Yeah, interesting. And yeah, I think we have to praise Asamoah for doing good for somebody who needed it at the time. But that we should also not lose the side of the father. But I don't think Stonebwoy would have appreciated it if one day Asamoah will wake up, go to Stonebwoy's house or call Stonebwoy and say, Charlie, the way your leg is like that, I want to do it for you. No. that's something that me, I'll preach against it. If somebody says, I need help, I want to fix it, it's the right opportunity to get in. But if he's not even thinking about it, or he doesn't really want to do it, but you sitting somewhere think that he needs it, so it will go wrong if you don't take care, trying to help in that direction. So me, I will advise people, don't go that direction, especially with somebody like Stonebwoy that we will presume or can assume that he can even afford it. What will be your business to go and suggest to him that go and do this? It will be an insult at that point. So just stay in your lane when it comes to matters like that, especially if, in fact, when you know that the person can even afford it. Then you don't even have right to even mention it at all. If you are thinking that maybe they can afford it, then you can suggest that one, can make it in a form of suggestion. Don't make it look like you have to do it and I will do it for you. No, it may not work like that. And well, let me use myself again. In my case, I remember my mom. I was really young at that time. I think I was in class 6 or something. Somebody called my mom and told her that there are some surgeons coming from I think Cuba or America at that time, and they can do something for me, so we should go for the checkup and let's see what will happen. So yeah, my mom agreed and I went with my mom. They did their checks, everything, waiting for the people to drop. The main people, like the main surgeons, they were not in, but they had representatives here who would take care, do all the examinations, take pictures, and they send it to them before they arrive. So we went through it. I was in classes, so I remember that very well. We went through it, and after that we came home. And thinking about it, I told my mom, you know this thing, look at me. I mean, at this time, what can't I do? In fact, at that time, I was even playing football, like football team. I was part of my football team, the school football team. So I told my mom, what can't I do? You have advised me to even wash my own things, and I do wash them sometimes. In fact, you tell, my mom will tell me that, okay, wash the ones that you can wash, the ones that you can't, then I will take over. And the idea is that if I'm not there, you can do it yourself without even needing help. And we were going through that thing. And now I'm thinking, if I go and do this surgery and they give me instructions, so because of the surgery, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. What do you think? I don't think it's necessary. Then she said, yeah, you don't need it. My mom agreed with me.
So you convinced your mother?
Yes, at the time that I was class 6, I think I will be class 6, I'll be around 12 years or something, 11, 12 years that time. I convinced my mother that I don't need the surgery, and she agreed with me. Why? Because she thinks that, yes, at this time, I've been able to raise you in a way that you can do things for yourself. So yes, if you go through that and now there's something that you can't do, I've wasted my effort. So if you are okay with it, why should we go through it? So if you are standing somewhere or you are outside looking at it, and then you force yourself in and say, go and do it because you need it, you have good intention, but you may not be helping me. And if I think about it now, I think it was a good decision. It was a good decision for me. Yeah, some people may disagree, but I think it was a good decision because I've been able to do certain things that by myself that I won't struggle. And in fact, after my mom died, then I struggled a bit because people around me didn't want me to do stuff again. You see, when you are going to say, no, don't do it, we will do it for you. No, don't do it, we will do it for you. After my mom died, but when my mom was alive, no, I was doing almost everything by myself. Unless I call for help, then she will come in. And I think that's the best that people should adapt. So that even people who you think that for their physical deformity, they cannot do certain things, will not feel bad about it. Because if you are always doing it for them, it's like they are not good enough or they are not adequate for whatever it is. Let them be competitive. Let them feel that they can do it. But if they are calling for the help, then it's good to do that. And I'm presuming that that's what Stonebwoy did. Asamoah did. Maybe he heard it and said, okay, bro, I've heard that you want to do this. Do you need any help or something? And Stonebwoy said, why not? So at that point, Stonebwoy will really appreciate it. And it's good that he's coming out to say it the way he's saying it. And I think people should learn from it in that way. When you get help like that, you don't just have to keep it to yourself. Talk about it for people to also know the other side of the person. Because Asamoah will still get criticized, or some people will also bash him for not helping them. But he has helped somebody. So why not the one that he has helped? At least prominent person like Stonebwoy, when you say it, then it will carry weight. People will also say that, oh, really, then you have done well. So I think Asamoah has done well, and we should be kind to people. Yeah. Like what the King's song. People should listen. It's really nice. Yeah. And we will have a better society to live in.
Let me add this, please. You see, sometimes, yes, I would want to agree with Chabo with his submission, but some of them is not straightforward like that, because if we say we would want to wait for people to call for help before we help them, then sometimes we would even lose people probably because they didn't call for help. A typical example is Hammer and Red Eye. Red Eye never called for help, but deep within him, and even we can't also see that his family couldn't have also afforded whatever Hammer did for him, or weren't able to.
Maybe they didn't know what.
Exactly.
But I think use a good example. Red Eye at that point wasn't in a position to decide for himself.
You see, it is still about calling for help. But then Hammer said this when he sent him there, and he apologized that this was my intention for you. This is what I wanted to do, even though I didn't know whether you liked it or not. Red Eye never called for it, but in Red Eye's statement, he said, Charlie, myself, I need this. I'm tired. So if Hammer had not even gone to him, the guy would still have been there without him using his willpower to call for help, because that willpower to call for help was down. Yeah. So yes, sometimes I want to agree with Chemo on the fact that some can come back at you in a negative light. Yeah. That is if it doesn't go well. But other times too, when you have the power to also initiate help for people, just try. If it doesn't go well, fine. It is life. You turn into another person.
I agree. I agree with that.
Just to buttress both points, where I am coming from, both points are still solid. One with the Chamo's own is that Allah says, approach people with kindness, but in consciousness. You don't say because I am poor and you want to help me, you make it I am stupid, or you make it that I need it. No, because you can actually give me that help. I'll take it and it will not be help. And some people want to help you, not for you, but for your satisfaction. And that is one of the undertone I saw in, because where I noticed that Asamoah doesn't even want the public to know about this is one. It took a longer time for Stonebwoy to mention it. So I'm sure by then it was like, Charlie, this one there, don't mention. Even family, friends, don't mention it. Two, he also came to Stonebwoy at a time that he can actually not reject it. Maybe at the German there where he was, like you've gone through all the phase, because when you know and you've gone through surgery and you've gone through certain things that is life changing, it's not just the surgery money that you are paying you. Yeah. The accommodation, the welfare, the chemotherapy system, the whatever. So surgery can cry maybe he's able to fly himself, he can feed himself for a couple of months. But Charlie, that 100,000 euros, you just go to the hospital, pay the bill, and you walk away. Or you pay, then you go to him, bro, Charlie, make you no worry about this one, solve it. There are times, and this kind of help also come daily. And I tell you, look, that's when I also buttress with his own. In Islam, he said, when you see a brother in distress, Ghana right now, we are all distressed. Brothers, I'm telling you, look, I'm a live witness of it. Today, I'm dressed fine, chapeau, everything. But look, I just need 4 CD from your junction to the main junction and another 4 cedi from that junction to my junction. But the truth is that I don't have it. Maybe my calculation is to do certain rounds to have it sorted. The following morning, I may have like 1,000 cities, but that hour I don't have it. So if you are intelligent or whatever, because if you tell me that maybe you did 10 cities and not 20 cities, I'll feel humiliated. But like what he said, it will help me because at that time no yet not now. So normally when me cut rotor me new big cinema, I watch the mannerism. Me ni obi cut choba kwa me watch mannerism. I don't wake up and say, hey, currency, and I'm a tough fufu bakuma, hey, no, like big man, no. What to why G the Uber to me? Like what to like 8 cities now bet me? Now my reading, now my castle, matria. Do you get that kind of thing? Who person want to kind of say, oh, the keep, but then they bills on me. But obi be or hey me kwa koto bankuma mum sorry ni yeah bad. And one of the things in Islam now Emma obia dani skeni ni se brother me. Allah say sika for obi owo sika bia no. Afi bia no on a certain percent of ni sika o. Ma on cheni 1 cedi ma obia o. But Africa no most of them na no mo ye. Oji ni 10% no say fa komo enipa ba ko hwe ti say alaji yan ka say asuma banda say they play ni way oyi ni even Yanka say 1% of Nisika called the brabas for her. I'm a millionaire also. You know, but most of them offer 2 cedi breast. I mean, I know the 2 cedi by way. And we still have not solved the problem.
Well, that is how life is. We always want that love to share among ourselves. Sometimes, if the love becomes one-sided, it is not the best, and that is what I keep saying. That let the love.
Let me share this. I think the old musicians in the olden days, they really did well in their songs. They will be so precise describing people who have helped them.
I know you've been talking about it.
Yes, and I think that's a way they appreciate some of this thing. And Daddy Lumba, for instance, is yes, Daddy Lumba.
House number 25.
Yes, Daddy Lumba is really good when it comes to that. When you talk about Terezi, yes, you can clearly hear what he says and the things that Teresa did for him. And the same thing with the Ghana Video City guy, some Jima and all that, and even Kennedy Japan. Alan Jima, Ghana Video City, yes. Yeah. And then you can also talk about even Kennedy Japan or like they were really good at that. Just that our current musicians, they will just say shout out to you, and that's it.
No, the Shatawali did one for Sammy Flex.
Shout out to Sammy Flex.
Shout out for Sammy Flex. And that one too, it was precise. I mean, we have only one.
Every generation has their own way of doing it.
Yes.
Some people
I think the musicians they appreciate.
Yeah, so let's continue doing it like that, because I have talked about this before. I remember very well where I said, the love between the footballers and the musicians, if we can always make sure that it is shared evenly, it becomes good. And now I think what we are seeing is very good. And now Asamoah too, at every Stonebwoy's event, he's there, he's present, making sure he's showing love and support. Even the last Beam concert, we saw him there having fun, and it looks good. Let's continue like this. Sometimes it starts beautiful, and later you hear that this one is saying this one is saying that. Sometimes still but we pray that it continues beautifully like that between them. So let's see more of this. And I know many people are doing stuff that might not even be out, because this one, until they came out to say it, who knew about it? So let's continue showing love to each other, and let's see what God will do to us as well. Meanwhile, Yapono is throwing shades and shots all over, and we don't know why Yapono is doing that. As it stands now, I'm asking myself, are Sarkodie's colleagues not so happy for what has happened to him or what? Because, we wanted to see them, most of them, in fact, many of them, showing love and sending love to Sarkodie. But it looks like, now, latest boof is coming from Yapono. And he used good. This is the goat we went to buy for the party. 2 goats like this, no, we bought for the party. They had long horns like this. So I know, right? So Yapono uses 3 goats in this whole song cover or cover art, and he is throwing jabs. So this is the story. It says Yapono trends after jabbing Sarkodie on Yard. Produced by Foxbeat, Yapono's Yard has become a topic for discussion barely hours after its release. This is because Yapono took a dig at Sarkodie, and it comes at a time the latter has featured on the late Bob Marley Stir It Up remake. Since when did we feature? So this is the lines Yapono used in the song, that since when did we feature the dead? Pono rap while indicating that any attempt to exclude him from the list of Tema-based rappers is trash. Now on the song, Yapono touted his prowess as he claimed superiority over the rappers. He boasted of performing at events every weekend. He admitted that he is feared by some industry players while alleging spiritual attacks on his person. Now monkeys, some of your fans will still hail me. He rapped in the Chi language as he claimed to be the king of rap music space. Who runs this yard? It is Yapono who runs this yard. It is unclear. It is unclear what triggered Yapono to release this song. However, it is not the first time the rapper has jabbed Sarkodie, although the two have collaborated on songs in the past. Both Sarkodie and Yapono are known to be Tama boys who in the past were spotted at recording studios engaging in a friendly rap battle, as well as performing at events to entertain their fans and grow their respective brands. So Yapono says, since when did we feature dead people? Roland, start this for me.
Oh, Rasa Mimi.
Shatawale says Sarkodie has featured a ghost. Yapono comes and says, since when did we feature dead people? And another tweet, he says, no one is the limit for GH rap. Not even the gatekeepers can control this. And yes, yeah, DB. Yes, yeah, DB. Yes, yeah, DB. Free stray bullets. What is happening? Yes.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. You know, Pono, ever since he went on loggerheads with Sarkodie, has always been on Sarkodie's case. Has always.
He went on loggerheads with him over what exactly?
So it is about the supremacy in the rap music industry as far as Tema is concerned. So it is about who rules Tema, because it is also believed that until Sarkodie gained the highest fan base, like a higher fan base than Yapono, Pono was better than him. Because they even went into a rap battle and Pono won at a point. So that is where that friction has always been between them, even though they were once colleagues, like brothers, even coming from the same camp also. But then that kind of friction in terms of rap battle, who has a very good lyrical dexterity and all that, has been that bone of contention between these two people. And Pono has always been that person who would always defend the Tema rap anytime, any day, and claim its supremacy. So with that, he has always been on Sarkodie's case, especially when Sarkodie tries to claim anything in rap. He uses goat for his artwork because to him, right after Sarkodie claiming goat, we have other people that have also come to claim goats. Shatawale is one of them. And we know the beef, the friction between Shatawale and Yapono. So this one, it is not only
so the two goats.
It is not only with Sarkodie.
He is controlling in his yard.
Yes, you understand. And the extra goat has to do with any other person that will come be claiming goat. We will add you to it. So far, if you're a bystander,
Yapono, man. So two goats no watch you.
It's wow, yes, extra one did so. She didn't hear we was sound of a journey. It's who make living good. Yeah, they make complex paradise. I could party. So it's like that. Me, I'm not surprised like he's coming at Sarkodie now, because Pono would always want to claim supremacy.
Have you seen more of musicians praising Sarkodie on the Bob Marley feature. Have you seen more?
Oh yes, I think I've seen a couple of tweets with other musicians trying to praise him and say the feature.
Or congratulate him.
Oh yes, that
You've
I've seen so many on Twitter. I
have not seen more. Honestly.
It is just
I've not seen more.
people who have voiced them out. Like the louder ones have been kind of a mockery, like that of Shatawale and now Pono. But most of them that have been in writing have always been on social media, and that I have seen a couple of them. Yes, I've seen so many of them on Twitter.
So why are they not coming out to make it loud?
Maybe it is just their own way of saying it, because Sarkodie hardly also comes out to congratulate people with his mouth. But he does it on social media. And say oh yes I feel say guys, so if we accept the same thing, it is no big deal like that. So they will congratulate. But for Pono and Sarkodie, Munyaomo, and besides, Pono also sees this as a very good opportunity for him to also tap into the trend. And whoever comes at it. So we also know Pono has some kind of feud with almost every department in the industry. When it comes to media, when it comes to his colleague rappers, and even now people who would also want to battle him, even if they belong to a different genre. Whenever you come at Pono, Pono will come at you. So this is just an opportunity for him to also tap into the trend. That is why everybody chops up. You see, there are a few shots even at Shatawale in there when you listen to the song. Like he or they are pity will be at home. Like if you listen to the song very well and you follow the lyrics, you realize that actually everybody chops up, especially the people in Tema. It kill everybody.
I see. Abbas, continue from there. Let me also get why you think Yapono will be throwing shades at Sarkodie that anyone wants to be good to feature the dead.
Brother, me as well say bullet in kwa GB now here.
Oh, BRGB. So Okase gatekeepers.
Brother, it's artist been like I have a little bit of friendship or I've had an encounter with you before, no, and I'm coming to discuss your issue. No, I try very hard to like reach out. So I try reaching out to Pono today, but either he's not in town or his WhatsApp is off or something like that. But I'm sure he will see this thing and he will reply. And he's 1,000 soldier. He's the Pono of the town, and he holds the yard. But he doesn't do the light soup. He doesn't do the light soup. Okay. One of the things that is straightforward about him is that when I saw this, I was like, this is Yapono. Like, this is Pono. One, there's the buzz in town, and he has been relaxed for some time. So this is the time to take some of the shine. And there are certain things that in the music, of the music, and also in the industry, and going to interview and all the stuff that Sarkodie have said that there are people who need to come back to it, like the way he's saying the Tema thing. We all know from the one that if you clear everybody of their fans and clear everybody of the commercialization of the music and say music for music, Sarkodie is not the size of Pono. I'm not the one beefing them. The content is there, the history is there. History no they lie. And he has disciplined you. And when it comes to Tema, you can't mention Tema artists and you put Pono in it. You get it? It's like we are trying to take something away from him, and he won't allow that. That is it. Then when you also come to Ghana and you say Ghana music good, he's 1,000. He has been there. Shatawale didn't buy all year. You do who do buy all year. So when they are counting, normally when I'm counting like 4-5 goats in Ghana, Pono is in there. Because upon all things that didn't happen for him, which I say is either nature is aware or he himself is also sometimes his enemy. Because he tried hard. There have been times I say, Pono, you are doing too much of the thing, not the commercialization of the thing. It's like he's doing too much of the music. He's too passionate about the music. Like, for example, this music that he has dropped right now, apart from the PR value, how does that music help him commercial-wise? A business person like me or a marketing person like me will not allow you to drop the music like this. Although I will love you to draw the content, but we need to change some part of it so that he can go across and make good money out of it. But he, as the person he is, he's still staying with the day one. Like he's trapped in the Tema dream. He's trapped in the music he does. Like music, is not you. You get me? It's not just you, it's about those who buy it, who stream it and get it. Okay, the way we need now, how would they stream it in America? How would they stream it in Nigeria? How would they stream it across certain platforms? What kind of round table do you want to, like, say, oh, here, this table I'm seated on to handle this music for you? But what jabu will be our table ways? What is my interest on this table that you have added me to the goat in your yard? So do you want me to help you promote the yard that you are doing? Then I'm still the goat in it. No, I'm not interested in it. What is the value I am getting in this thing? And that's what a lot of people don't get about Shatta and Sarkodie. Shatta is a loud business person. Sarkodie is a quiet business person. But you see, all the collabos, all the things they do, all the events they do, they all make sure they stamp their feet on ground and do it. Do you get me? They care about their brand positioning in different way. But how do you care about yours? How do you position yourself? How do you manage yourself? Do you get me? And these are things that the likes of Pono need to have a look at. You see, you may jab somebody like Sammy, he won't mind you. But you jab another person, you won't even bring this on the list of discussion. Why should I discuss for you to get even relevant? And everybody else, when you speak to anybody in this room, you want to tap some. But there are relevant issues that he's saying in the thing that are real, they are genuine. And you see, in this arena we are, is like a boxing arena. You don't need to allow anybody discredit you. It's like somebody coming to say, Abbas, no, Abba, Aben. You know, you wanna no be as the whole central region. Me na my event, event. Hey, I was saying PA. In some years ago, no be as UEW, like University of Education, be am bad to say me that. Me na my Jack Nyabutre. Time near course school, now we be primary. And university now buy. Open so I am fan to ed rule. Like in this industry, they say I'm the best panelist of the year. Oh, Jack Nyabutre. Time now, Sammy discover who you no crown. I'm for any man. Now you ma cry jaw. Do you get me? No be aka say, hey, panelist, more to me come. Hey, me na me ye the logic to my friend back the show. Hey. After we on team in Canada, me ye cram in a court case I have me debut. It's in a match okay no. Do you get me? And these things are credit for people and it hurts. And you can't control how people give feedback. And I like the way Sarkodie also put it. He said, who and me and the way I react to it. So send I will react to it's cool. It's cool. But if that is your thought is cool. I'm apologizing. But that is you. Sorry for how you feel.
No, that statement there. Sorry for how you feel. I'm not sorry for that. I see. Chabo, continue from there. Yapono, jabbing, Sarkodie, and I want to believe he is now in the trends, enjoying the attention. As someone also said, Samini has become loose. You were having issues with Sarkodie. Sit down, you couldn't capitalize on it. Yapono comes to take over, and now he's enjoying some substance.
I think this is in that space that Pono is really, really comfortable to be in. Like, this is his comfort zone. Just that it's not always good in terms of business. But Pono will make all the noise. Like, he will get all the buzz around him at this time. People will talk about it, and that will be the end of it. He may not make much from it. And in terms of brands, he will also not be appealing to a certain quarters when it comes to the music business. So he will enjoy the buzz coming. He will enjoy the praises when you talk about who can beef who is really, really good in the game. And yes, nobody can doubt Pono's prowess when it comes to rap music and even beef. He's really good in that space. But the thing is, I don't see him commercializing it in a way that can make him say that he's on the same level with Sarkodie or even the others. I think he's losing that thing. He's more like, I'm still the street king. Yes, you can be a street king, but that's all that you have. People are moving to the next level. Even the current crop of rappers like Amarado and Co. You can see that yes, they are doing the music business more than somebody like Pono, who has been in the game for long and he's good at it. Not that he's not good, but he likes that ghetto line. You know, watch out. So me, I will advise Pono that yes, it's good to do some of these things, but he should be more commercial than the way he's going. Yes, he plays the weekend shows and all that. Yes, he may be comfortable with what he's getting there, but when we go to the international market or when we want somebody to represent Ghana, they will mention Pono, they will mention Sarkodie. You can even be better than Sarkodie in terms of the rap game, the beef and all. But Sarkodie has positioned himself in a way that on any day, they will call Sarkodie and not Pono. With all your prowess, with all your skill, with all the things that you can do, they will still call Sarkodie. Because apart from the rap, Sarkodie also being good as you. Where Sarkodie will be having advantage is the brand that he has created for himself.
He has built for himself, yeah.
You are not there.
Now, no matter your talent, you struggle to get closer.
Exactly. And I think Pono should look at that one. But just jabbing Sark
but could he also be, that is how he also wins? Because like Sarkodie's feature with Bob Marley ever since it came, beyond the fact that Sammy threw some shades at him on Twitter and now it has become news. Someone who is also about cashing in is Yapono. His song, As We Talk, is on YouTube. People are streaming. The numbers are growing. Is that not also his way of making money?
Yeah, sure. That's why I said that he's playing shows at the weekends, some small place that he's making his money. That one, yes, you are winning. But we are looking at the bigger picture. If we put you and Sarkodie there and we call stand chat, people want to be your ambassador. They won't even think about it. They know whom they will pick. Like, it will be straight. Like, they won't even think about it. Okay, pick one. I'm okay. We have done. We are done. You know who is getting.
We are done picking.
Yes, we know who is getting the deal. So you will be the street king. Street will hail you. Yes, but that's all there is to it. Like you have the street. Yes. You have the street, Asa, and Sarkodie, and let's say Bob Marley's team. They want to pick somebody to do a feature with. They won't think twice if they ask anybody in Ghana, or even if they check records online and say that, okay, we want to pick a rapper. These are the rappers in Ghana. They won't think twice to pick Sarkodie. Sarkodie will still win in that direction. Even with all your prowess and all that. So that's why I will advise Pono to look beyond the beef thing, because he's a king there. We know you have proved yourself. Go beyond it. Do more than just beefing people and doing the kind of thing. Unless he's comfortable where he is. So we will give him that. But he can control the yard in the street. But the yard outside the street, or the yard in the corporate world, it comes no close to Sarkodie. So everybody is winning in their own space.
But you know, this is like sowing a seed for Yapono. Because he knows definitely Sarkodie will come and reply. If not today. Yes. Sarkodie would definitely reply this.
Yes.
And Pono, to him, this is just like sowing a seed. And Sarkodie, we know definitely will come and reply.
Yes, for sure.
Well, Sarkodie replied, but not very soon.
Yes, not
because the last time he even went for an interview to promote his song, you guys left him disappointed when what he was not expecting became the news of the day, and everybody talking about Sarkodie and Sammy's clash. Meanwhile, guy was there to talk about stir it up. What happened? You guys couldn't stir it up for him. You poured it away. He brought his cuckoo, stir it up for me. You did not stir it too. You rather ended pouring it away. You guys were not good at all. That was not fair to King Sark. But hey, Yapono, rap there, or rap it. And he said something about playing shows every weekend. That thing is true, eh? And Yapono has some serious fan base when he's on the stage. I've been to some of his concerts. I remember the last show I did around Temadawe. Hey, the fans. And the way they were singing his songs back to back. Charlie Yapono, don't joke with him on the stage.
Yeah,
on the stage,
yeah.
he really controls, and that is what we are talking about here. Now, Ayisha Modi. I hear on Sunday, just this Sunday, she will be crowned Noya Queen, aka Nkosohima, or better still, Development Chief in Sotum. And that is where we also reside. Yes, you guys have heard? Oh, yeah. Yes, on Sunday, she will be crowned Development Chief in Sotum, aka Nkosohima. And as Sotum mayors, I'm sure we would have to be there to support our Noya Manye. Interestingly. But at the same time that she's about to be crowned, our Manye is throwing shades all over. At the same time that she's about to be crowned. Then we are surprised that, what is happening, Manye? We are waiting for you to be crowned. The whole industry will be there to witness this coronation. But unfortunately, at this stage that you are supposed to keep quiet and be in your all your pomp and pageantry and wait for the coronation or the crowning day, Madam is throwing punches left, right, and center. In this interview with Kwekumanu, the angles were plenty, and the angles were dangerous angles. In fact, dangerous. The last one I watched with Kofi TV, I remember she only talked about Stonebwoy not being fit for the Bob Marley. Sarkodie not being fit for the Bob Marley feature. According to her, Sarkodie did not have the feel or did not fit in. That's fine. But the next one there, if I'm to talk about some of the allegations, one that says that Stonebwoy was buying things for some ladies who were not his wife. One that says that Ovi was even chopped by some producer, as a music producer. And again, like in $70 womb. Hey! Chemo in $70. Hey! Well, let's go watch it because Chemo said it means that he needs to see it, then he will continue with the discussion. Let's go watch it. I'll come back, then we continue talking.
2 hours make catch us so mama be wu na bibia me hu me ne tena be 2 hours make catch us we encho be ko the next week no go say na yare na aba no tifie na otitiu na obo ebi mu kwa mu ko toilet na obu di na unyi ni se wo be kakra. My problem with Shatta the personality. I love him to death. But me penny subai. Who say Sarkodie feel the wo boy na or this a zone to flavor no e wo mu enu yem fan fa reggae. Na Stonebwoy to mania maybe. And I say, hey, na me nwa be ma where dey nya Louis size so. Bim girls ni bi oni omo ye ni man kwate ama ni nyina be to me na say. Oh, man kan pese me bom ma me no odu kakra. Bonaminti. Sebita Frache, one of the beat makers in Kanoni Ovida. So mama be wu na bibia me hu me ne tena be 2 hours make catch us we encho be ko. The next week no go say na yare na aba no tifie na otitiu na obo ebi mu kwa mu ko toilet na obu di. Na unyi ni se wo be kakra. My problem with Shatta the personality. I love him to death. But me penny subai. Who say Sarkodie feel the wo boy na or this a zone to flavor no e wo mu enu yem fan fa reggae. Na Stonebwoy to mania maybe. And I say, hey, na me nwa be ma where dey nya Louis size so. Bim girls ni bi oni omo ye ni man kwate ama ni nyina be to me na say. Oh, man kan pese me bom ma me no odu kakra. Bonaminti. Sebita Frache, one of the beat makers in Kanoni Ovida.
What an aggressive interview. And Manye, we are waiting for your coronation. Manye, stop talking. Because the talking is becoming too much. Chamo. Also, him crashing.
Him crashing. So has some way no. Say bibi to na se okofia. Mommy be busa say. Na okọ okra.
Okọ card den. Okọ card den. Ewe de okọ card den. I know she. And we twitwe see any but I'm even struggling to get how say no person end like what is she trying to say? Say on industry no too much and I say or control industry now and I said they like point be na no person and some now can or make it sense be I say only boys e share now girls e share na mo kasa. Yes.
any interview in some like
yeah.
Because and some people it can put her in trouble.
Yeah.
It can put her in trouble, and the way she's saying it, I mean, Obintu Nifokakra. I think Omo Ben no should advise her.
Can I prove that?
Yeah.
OV was.
Oh no beat makers in beat. So I'm modding, but she said OV ever out no because say okay, into no na me no be na into
how
I didn't and I will go my name say obende. Having a copy evidence because they be no more than that video at baby. Would be back out and I say, oh, my chat be at the back out. Like, point to Ben, I would prove it. Point to Ben, I would prove it. Say, now, beat maker be name OV at that incident. Into almost die anything I went to me any music. And I almost die anything the music career and because there was spiritual implication. And I said, then, and I Stonebwoy who and no boy. And like,
it's not clear.
Yes, you can't think for her for it to make sense. Say, oh, okay, this was the point that she was trying to make, and I think she should stop it. I mean, this will not help anybody. And like the Stonebwoy thing that she said, only in number or to turn maybe now say, oh, we there and yet Louisa size. And you know why then do you presume say or the command girlfriend and not the command wine? Like. Or like, and you know, only Stonebwoy only sister. Stonebwoy only ABI and Korea.
No, but
only friend be our channel. And now only even family member be our your bar or channel. And you only Louisa size. Like, there are a whole lot of things I obey to me. I can. And I person can say, now Stonebwoy name fans and be chimpana. And today, and a ma beam nation and Koso and I like. Oh, I didn't plan no person can. And there's no need for it. Like angles not deep benin. When you think about it, then the end the conclusion will be into what? Incident. Point Ben I did make and you can see Kwakumenu's face when she was talking like and it's
I'm
so
sure he was surprised. Like
it was all over the place.
When he saw the way the punches were coming out
yeah.
left, right, and center.
Me share full video ni there, but me share kakra ya mahwe no.
It tells
me
you
who
what.
angle be kwa e be make sense to me. Like e bia kwa kuma enu busa and say na Stonebwoy etwem pena na e wo bim e no answer ne sa na said and I doubt kwa kuma enu will ask such a question. Me share there but I doubt say Kwakumenu asked, say, so where like Stonebwoy was sleeping with the girls or whatever for her to give this answer. No. And in the end, a court trigger man here said, Mamma for BB Stonebwoy could turn him maybe an Louisa size. Like, wow, oh, somebody should advise her. Something we can back and say, yes, or in Crawford this year, like they can have such a conversation. But for her to come on TV, on like an interview platform and talk like this, I think it's not fair to the people that she mentioned the names, and again I don't see where it will end or where she was taking it to. What is really her point here? I don't get it. Somebody should advise her. This is not good for her brand and even her personality. Like if I should say so.
Well, Abbas, continue from there.
Continue from there. Maybe 1, 2, 3. Okay. First one, prayer. Almighty Allah should not let any of us be a friend to an extrovert with a platform.
Yeah, I like where it's going to.
My second prayer is that anybody that always have us in thought, evil wise. Nyankopɔn ma ono ankasa nya busy with ono any problem wa wuti fi wa ho obi bia obedwi hu bone Nyankopɔn ma ono any busy schedule obe busy with the thought with the action with the bibia onya wo time nka wa asem na asem a obe kan be busy na from morning till evening na onya wo de enka na Nyankopɔn suma emma ya damfo a da obeda ne ye tamfo no. I like this point too. I pray these 3 prayers It's one of the prayers I'll continue to pray from now, because immediately I hear him, I was like, God, I need this prayer consistently. Because bless me. And I felt like I need to pray something too for myself. Obi thankful, because there are people who have hurt me to the extent say I don't want to be bitter.
Yeah.
I don't want to be bitter, because say who dream your man sang of no my yenu. And I said no my yenu. Look, you will be bitter forever and ever. You will not wish them well in your life. But I ask myself, if somebody wish the same thing for me, will I prosper? Will I go on? Because in Yama being gophobia me brasa me to meet you one missing gophobia come on braba me was say, but I'm say nyame en one shisha my brabo sa. And these are nyame ade they are lessons. You get me? They are lessons, and they cannot be the thing that will drag me down. They are supposed to be part of my life for me to still be at this point where I am. Maybe if they had not come to cut my leg, I may actually be at the mortuary. That's to my key points. Even those of, let me say, those of you who interview people need to know the kind of question you give to people. And also people like her, when you give them platform, you need to control them as much as possible. We've seen platform where they give the likes of Issues as nigga, where the platform is they've got a lot of problem down there. Even people who are panelist member of. So me now it is, even if you are my colleague panel, as I'm listening to you, I'm editing what you are saying. So that when you get to my turn I want to talk, I know the kind of things I can say and I cannot say.
So that when the lawsuit comes, you see yourself.
So that they don't collect me 60,000 and give me 10 days.
Okay.
The 10 days that will not even literally be like you have not gone through anything. But I will pay money that I actually don't have in my coffers. I need to actually go and borrow, and now I'll pay later. Maybe I'm a beer, and I'm saying my dick was but my Yama was on the platform. And as Ukayano, I say, being 24, and I was on 24. Now watching the interview extensively, I think she is bored. And one of the things Oyeni said, Okoyeni nyama okunkum nipa wa abroach. She's bored. Oyeni nyama no okunkum nipa wa abroach ria. Legal legal certificate.
Yes.
Onya legal certificate for killing people no. Obaha. Unse sa nyama ni so ya hanti wenyo. Onya salvation ni no. She need that. She's vow like I'm tempted to say that, like I say pay attention to her. Cause so cost system money 70 money attitude we were obe Daniel Abrewa hunter obe wo fear obe hunting kwada your papa bisa time na me sorry baba you do me find fear anymore who refie ni baby obe small kwa no was afie nu no small to the end ni room is in the one that's am you akwa to me nko fear no huna na fear no wo kromo isu fear no huna na is say oye hunt into o wani mu na obe fawa speed now the of real grana unko untipo brother say me tin na me ko say me tin na me ka say me fiwa na me ko. So please and maybe she need even some psychological relaxation into your back home. One year ni $100 $500 $1 million no a pile no meaning say artist ni be o ma de o hwamo o de o sika go omo so ana whatever. Like you've invested in them, you've showed them love.
They've got how much?
Yeah, a man show love. Say I want scan one. Men call TV, men call YouTube blog. Who they call do the baby, call realization baby, call that swimming, per boy be, per obi be. You know, massage yourself, relax, go and chill.
Your boy be no.
What's there? There be me a man, me your boy. Me your boy, me a man, full man. You get it? So just relax, chill, brother me. They are nice place for Ghana. Who say who Chile? I want to mean Chile so. But joining brasa me February. You go Dubai. Now you in Chile. You get that kind of thing, brasa me. So it's very important. And I'm more money platform this me pa macho. I think it's too numbers.
But you mentioned it somewhere in your submission, say, and the journalist and the type of question. Yeah. For the journalist, you can't blame him for the type of question.
But the journalist, they will ask questions that would demand.
The journalist, no, Chamo, even let's assume they asked.
Yeah.
Let's assume they asked. Yes, for the journalist, you can ask. Yeah. But if you decide to respond to it this way, you cannot blame him.
Yeah, sure.
So, for instance, the journalist can ask, oh, you have been a friend to Stonebwoy for the past years. ever since you moved with him, what do you think about Stonebwoy and infidelity? Because Stonebwoy, he's a clean guy. In fact, from where I have moved with him, I have not seen him do this, do that. Because Stonebwoy, he has been buying how do you blame the journalist? The journalist here, he put his hand in the lucky dip. What he came up with was a good price, and that's it. And that's how journalism describes asking questions. It's like a lucky dip with papers of so many prices in it. When you put your hand in it, you don't know what will come out of it. Yesterday, whilst we were talking to Hammer about what he did for Red Eye, I put in a question like, what do you think about Sarkodie's feature with Stereotype Bob Marley? His response is, I know people maybe might not have paid attention, but should Richard cut it for me right now and I spray it, you see the strings it will be pulling. So yes, for the journalist, you cannot blame him. You, the person answering, should know how dangerous the question is, and therefore know how to answer it. That's it. Yes, Ro, come through and let's tackle the last one and run away.
Sammy. Same way, there's some big
and some Polo.
Let me say big ups. Before I say, let me say big ups to Nani Champo.
You guys are doubting Nani Champo.
No, it's an inspiration to all of us.
That person, she's like,
especially in a time where
you cannot trust that person.
Especially in a time where somebody is being dragged to court. Is an inspiration.
Yeah, it could be true. He says he's not cheated.
That's what I'm saying.
Why? Why do we take years to cheat?
Abbas, why?
Oh no, it's okay.
You want to tell your story? This is very uncalled for, unfortunate, and these are things that shouldn't be said in the public. In fact, I know Ayisha throughout her experience in the industry is pain. Like, she's harboring lots and lots of pains and disappointments, and in her corner, I know she will feel like, yeah, she has the license to go all this way and probably nobody can challenge him. Maybe she has evidence, like so much that she can't even challenge him. But like Chemo said, to what extent? Besides, no one is clean. Nobody is clean. Me, I always say that whatever you would want to say about somebody, ask yourself if we should open up the conversation right now for people to come and play your cassette. Would you love to?
Would you survive it?
Would you love to listen to it?
No, would you survive it?
Exactly. And you see, yes, I know she can say, oh, media. Like she came to say openly that she had the license to kill people, and she's killed over 100 of them. Yes, I know she can come and say, hey, if you like me, I can tell my own story, tell the things I've done and all that. But Charlie, how is this going to help build something in the industry? How is this going to help us build something meaningful? What would this, with Ovi sleeping with a music producer, how would that create something beneficial?
She has been given the Minister of Sanity. So she wants to bring sanity into the.
No, like what question will come for that? I wish I know that question.
Maybe we'd have to spend some time to.
Do you know that you saying Ovi has even slept with the music producer will not even stop other people from sleeping with music producers? It wouldn't do anything. And yes, it's
supposed to be personality interview.
It has no bearing
on the personality. And I don't think of once again.
They will not. It will not amount to anything.
I'm sure she went for the interview for the crowning that she's about to. Yeah.
So me, it is unfortunate. I will agree with Chemo that Charlie, she needs to. Yes, I know she has lots of things in her chest. When Abbas mentioned some how do you call it, psychological therapy, I was like, hey, Kroha, catch them so here, psychologist, catch them so about.
Yeah, to some people when you say that's what you want to tell them.
But
as a not dream
but you see, to her, what she's doing by voicing all these things out to her is another form of therapy to her. But I believe that yes, even though you want to say something or you have to say them out, there are people that are ready to listen to you, especially some of these things. And these things are not healthy for the space. They are not healthy because at the end of the day, what picture are you even painting about the person to other people? And I'm sure if somebody comes to say, when people came online and were mentioning the bad things you've done to them and were chastising you, crucifying you online, Asamoah was not happy. She even came at a point crying. And it is like that, Charlie. Whatever somebody did to you and you were crying, you were cursing people here and there. It is almost the same thing that you are doing. Even if the person hurt you, Charlie, this is not the time. This is very not necessary, like very needless. She shouldn't be going that way. So I would agree that she should advise herself. Yes, I know some people, like you said, would want to push her to the limit for her to voice out some of these things, but Charlie, it is not necessary.
Okay, so nobody should blame the journalist here. The journalist
nobody is me. I won't blame the journalist. Like the question,
the journalist is just asking his questions. You decide how to answer it, and I'm sure Asamoah decided on how to answer it, and that is where we are now. We are still looking at why she would answer the question that way. But still, we can look at the very last one. Finally, Great Ampong's song is out. Chemo, you said the title of the song is what?
Onyamia Ketia.
Onyamia Ketia. That is God's judgment.
Yes.
Or better, the God's payment.
Yes.
The Great Ampong, produced by Roro Buddy, Onyamia Ketia. And as of yesterday, we were talking about the fact that Great Ampong is not being straight with this song. At a point, he said it is a diss. At a point, he said it is not a diss. Now that we've listened to the full song, what were the punchlines in there and what can we say about it? And Abbas, have you listened to the full song?
Yes. Although I'm not account friendly, but literature wise.
Literally.
No, like when it comes to account literature, when it comes to account text and the way they web their things, I love it. Okay. And there are certain angle in the music that I say, minimo bisa, akwebitisa. There's someone like this, there's someone like that. And this music, I'll tell you, even if he made it for one person, it can represent or can also go for million, a lot of people. He have a problem with somebody, I also have a problem with somebody. And maybe somebody also may be looking with me with some of the highs of the lyrics in it. But the truth is that none of us can be perfect. When it comes to in terms of the music, let's look at it from the music point of view. I want to take their fight and everything. It's a good song. The beat is on point. The lyrics sometimes also because of its cleanliness. I feel like the lyrics business wise is good. It can enter anywhere and also preserve where he is coming from as a gospel artist. He preserve it. I wish I can remember some of the way it is. He's singing in my head, but like even angels, like you cheat humans and cheat angels. And you know there are some people
Sammy is a co-writer of the song.
I swear to you, you yourself, Roland here, Chemoye, and myself, and the people in your studio know that on the day of judgment, and Kanyakopo say okay, will be ambra. Number yina no asem, muni obi, munjina on na munyi manu asem. Based on that, now kwana kwa everyone kwa me sure say akwa bi ni bench na opa. What Jimmy Bonny, why me wicked you as way. And obey me wherever. Because Mr. Share connecting video, nyame ni pakran to me njaji adem. Oni him say onu see is man of God. Obey to me account truth to the power no matter who. Onu ka say oh bi anya ehwi. Let me say hey. In the left in Nyesh, right in Nyesh.
Then I
say, to be say, like Edipanu was able to find ways and defend it. And I would see Nkophobia Mwanya background of the whole thing. I say, oh, after all, say we now far. Who can you now? Omuno muye angels no, because uni nanya there so muna muye nipanu. But above of us, was on one account. He has played with their intelligence because at the time now I was saying. Roland and Gyan, no a third party. It needs to be fair to both of us because after all, also for what will he gain from both? You get me? Third parties that are listening, what would they gain from both? But at the end of the day, both those third parties will also still watch. Hey, where you see, and where you see, where you see, and where you see. So they are comparing. And when you go onto the internet right now, Obikwa no for on tissue. Okoti enyum no onpeso be tissue biom. Onu de oye nipa we de nti obedi watem fita no pa wasamba odi akra ka ho. Ye kwa evidence si akra no ye si onjine nipa ne chobe ka say yeah sa parliament for there omo nti ye Ghana ebe
am the energy be share.
Omo si Ghana shi o ebe shi o ye kwa kwashi no. No na mo si den. Oh na Ghana shi da. You get that kind of thing. And omo no mo ye sign there no. Then there's a part where he reconnects saying that look in Kofobi almost like almost like they don't care, they will just cheat you, and that's where I consciously want to say to you and to myself, on all our dealings, let us be fair. Let us be fair. No matter how brass I may feel, say okay, I have the upper hand, I am doing you a favor or anything. Just feel like okay, the little I can give to Abbas as a support, he will also survive. Okay, so if you kill the likes of Abbas, because we all cannot be, the truth is that we all cannot be smart at the same time. We all cannot be have the same opportunity at the same time. Definitely. And also we also cannot have this capacity at the same time. So somebody will be ahead of somebody. But the best we all can be at the same time is being fair. And we all see this thing on a daily basis. Brass, I've been to somebody's place. The person asked me to sell something for them. Brass, sell. I'm trying hard to sell. Do you know that I have seen in Kofobi or Muni and Nipani year Juma, they are making money from that business. But I can tell you from my analysis of the entire business, I'm going to Kofobi collapsing. Because the fake one, any cheap prices now, they are in the business. But I'm going to competition from outside. I'm finding it, I'm looking for a wise way to say to them. To say to the person.
There is no wise way.
Because
it's just a matter of you putting out the reality.
Because and the only option I have in my head I want to suggest is an Indian person. It's like an Indian or Chinese person be obey employee. And an Indonesian be obey employee, a Muslim from an Indonesia side. Because employing a Ghanaian will cripple your business. And that's the best I could say. Because, bros, I faced certain things like that before, and I went out like that. And in Ipano, I felt like in Ipano were cursing me, because at the time, no one had the courage, enemy be kasai, and my was saying, Ipano crown, Triani ye, and I mumbu swims canopo and buy ye, and I say, you'll be free, I'm on no mutuan sana, and I tell, broches here, you travel by hours. Say, we see by next week Thursday, I was saying by unim the number of hours how we are odinya skawi but Ghana crown was saying the travel by Musumberry then the sama 1 week account my 2 weeks account or no pan or king send
5 months so there was one
na brother me anybody catch him say
5 months there was 1 week they say
brother me anybody
1 week there that they found too
and easy
every day come 5 months still give it back
na brother me anybody be some say nipa no on business no nya skadibiano how does the nipa no feel so no survival say nya say me fa woni ma dey aye round way me one way or the other so brother me I just want to say that it's good music. It fits into the situation and it's timeless. Because Ochinachi, this same situation will come again. And I would like to tell to everybody, look, go and listen to the song. Don't associate to one musician or the other. And you can take the song, soak it in your car or somewhere. And there's no funny. He says, yeah, you need compounders like those ones are new. Daddy Lumba in an champo and you back to back. Brasami, fair. Because say I was out for no and teach you no.
Come with Baba Kutia.
Oh, brother, me will be what me fear and send me fan bomb. Me will be when industry send me fan couple see on Facebook. I'm tagging.
Tag nations.
Charlie, you've listened to the song. Are you impressed now?
Brother, I may have listened to the song. Am I impressed? Well, not so much. You know, I am an ardent follower of Ampong. Oh, I follow Ampong. Like, oh yes, I can show you his album on my phone right now.
Hey.
Oh yes, I follow Ampong. Like, me turn the cassette. Board me me out to A to Z. Yeah, I have his album on my phone on Audio Mac.
Hey.
Audio Mac.
Yes, it's on Audio Mac. Oh yeah, it's true.
Who put it there?
I don't know, but when I was searching for Ampong,
Why, Chemo, you think he doesn't have any album there?
He shouldn't be having anything.
well,
Chemo, you're a new lawyer. Maybe
Maybe
the old lawyer knows about this.
It's not coming from him.
yeah, but I had his cassette and even in recent times.
But it's not coming from him.
Well, but then the information is that somebody has uploaded his songs there.
Oh yeah.
Now,
we are aware of those things.
as in, if I am impressed, I would say I'm not so impressed, not because the song is not nice, and I say, and yet, no, but because of Nsema Okekaye, any project no release yet. So before the release of the project, Ampong came and was very blunt and specific. Said, this song that I'm going to release, I'm releasing it for Asumesi. That is Daddy Lumba. He was very blunt and open that I am releasing it for Daddy Lumba. Now, in the statement, like or in the project, I was expecting him to have even gone into certain details. But in this project, what I realized
on the song, you mean?
Yes, the song. I was expecting him to have gone into certain details as to why he's releasing a death song to Daddy Lumba. Because the song that he was claiming that Lumba did to him as a death song did not have his name in there. So if you are coming with a counter, and the way he was bold to have said bluntly that I am doing it because of this man, I was expecting him to have got into details as far as the song is concerned. Okay, aside the fact that he's a cheat, this and that are some of the instances that, or some of the things he did, which is the reason why I'm saying he's a cheat. Okay. But on the song, most of the things that he said, he generalized it. Just like Sammy generalized Kata Bad Mind.
Because I'm sure he will generalize it because already he's denied in the public space that it is not for.
That is why I am
saying. So he would generalize.
That is why I'm saying
to confirm what he said.
That's why I'm saying that I am not so impressed. I would now.
You wanted him to be wrong.
Yes. Now it is making me see him some way, because if you come and tell me that yes, it is Chemo, I am doing this for Chemo, then later you come and tell me I am not doing it for Chemo, without giving me any reason, any concrete reason, then I will now be seeing you as a two-faced person. Unless you want to tell me, oh, first I wanted to do it for Chemo, but now, due to one or two reasons, I want other people to also connect with it. That is why I want to open it and generalize it and not for Chemo. But when you come and tell me I am not doing it for Chemo, then what makes you? It makes you a two-faced person. That's what I see. But then, the song is nice. The song is a very beautiful song. In fact, I love the lyrics in there. Oh yes, it is good for Ekutia. My late dad was very good at that. Ono nya sa nyama wenti de ne cassette ni CD de bebre. O ye na de a. So beto ne sa bon to ne sa bon. Ne mumu ni tifie pa de awu.
Ekutia ne besu.
O the speaker be say abonte a. Ekutia ne besu. Bon sem. Hey, die. So it was so when I heard the song, that was what I felt. By you generalizing your man. And because you're generalizing it, now me feel say wait in a swat. If he had gone direct, like Yapono went direct to Shatawale with Benabu, then we know say it carries certain form of weight. Other than that, it's a beautiful song, but most of the things are generalized, and it makes me feel a little disappointed.
Well, Chamo, finally on this. Lawyer.
I think we shouldn't lose the fact that he's the minister of the gospel.
So why is he starting?
No, he
if he's the minister of the gospel and he thinks it will be somewhere, why is he starting?
On starting Bibia. I want to know more money. On the obey interview, I'm a Ibusan say BBSC, like I said, that the Lumba, I hear this song. I often. And on also confirm say, oh, ojitum because before saying you never out, no be a catch and a crash say that lumba so ye be a man. And you know, ojitum dia or not a good musician, a very prolific writer. And you know, also be division, or a man also be a man. And after na enyum ni ready enyuma obeye ebi odebe mada de lumba na so on farmer no nye ready no you say snippets and I said some like short form of it eba bonti ema my voice say hey any de odebe mada de lumba na abe de odebe mada de lumba at the time I na onya nche dan kan say odebe man because ono de say ono to be bia man say why ofun man na ono to be bia man
enyum ne kra wo wie.
Yes.
He said it emphatically. Yes. Said the crowd will be.
Yes. And no, the same thing say that Lumba call interview. A UTV interview be or car say they say ni be or be friend of na said the nipa be or the num never bound.
But even before that, the new presenter be lady no what Silky friend on air. Lumba deny say that song wasn't for Ampong.
And you know, at the point
meanwhile, we first seen another video where somebody did something, so he had a song for that person.
But in the interview, no, or generalizing say, or a musician, or none or no one, or any more, or be I did this, or be I will be no. Now why you be Salman?
Exactly. One say or say on Gyan or no kwan that means you're no FM na your person directed no. Waka say me kahubi. But enya me kwa me de nyina ye de.
And me person we use the same standard Emma
because Ampong kasa Ampong no eyo monum asem na me de judge sisi out because Lumba wa explain say yes me direct am obi na mum with the way am here no man dwen me nko me ho because me pesa man for so efidi bi nti ye me ene me nkrofo ana me ene nkrofo mo be
lumba nkan sa say ono ne ka ho
no me but
the expose lumba old video na o kan sa no but the new interview na nka no na wo out no wan kan sa
on Gyan on
yes
it's exactly if you want to translate it, it is the same
there be into wanya mane ho wanya mane so odi be do obi atem
yes
that's what it
means. That's what it meant, yeah.
Wanya mane so odi
why wa effective
bia no fa sana lumba be kan say ono anye say odi be do obi atem onim say one nkrofo wo issue but on target o say chale me ye nwuma be di matem enuma maye no me ye enuma experience a man for ewo ena me de aye nyum nti wa efeto no fa nti ye na now ye be decide say okay oni Ampong nya asem oni Dr. Manfred nya asem nti oni now we are analyzing it like that and now and then Ampong is also going the same tangent say this song I'm not doing it for Lumba but me ni Lumba wa asem wadi misika ena nyum ne so aye obi a osisi obi enti so odi say efiti Lumba fama no and we are also deciding say efiti no enti nye Ampong asem biem that's all that like so o hwe any first statement no beka oni Lumba wa asem no aye ni mama na obe bia ma no o ke kan sem bia e wo nyum ba nyum na abonte no sa ansem ninim sa ansem ninim enti enye for
deliberately where you free man
enti no say
sansem na oka say akoko akoso be in the song he did not use akoko he used a different or say okramai akotafi obikru it is still the same metaphorically it is still the same thing it change
akoko ne akoko ene akoko
ya boa
yes ene
metaphorically it is still the same thing
they represent different
symbols
akoko so okramai tafre a different thing altogether
obi bri wu cross
obi so ukro no obi
the scenario is the same.
No,
it's the same scenario.
Oh well, let's take
yes,
it like that. But the thing is, obi so ukromu ya chance obi better.
No, you are not the one to determine. You are not the one to determine.
That's the meaning that
you are not the one to determine.
Okay, you can put it in. But the point I me person me making is say Ampong aye general song some people will think that is directing a direct shot to Daddy Lumba. And Ampong will not come out and deny that. Just that he didn't do it specifically for Lumba. The same way I will OBS that I will bet me the man on maybe. As I said, as I said, the Lumba bet me the amount will be and let me say this, and you need there. Say oka say enye da ebia na ota Ampong tia enye Ampong. I'm not talking about you. No, I'm generalizing it. I'm not talking about you at this point. Because you know all the elements of a good song. And you know utie ya as a what that ni know like ena Ampong should deliver so like you can see say Ampong in his element. In fact, it has taken him a long time to come out like this. Before this, and no, I mama me don't do now, and also make a wave about say you see SD4 to not say that the why yes some serious song will be I know what system name. And you know, young fire no to change and I'll do any so Asamba betum. I think it will be good for him. And in the song or ye baby or ye claim be say and Kofu be doing say obi a to sorry no. And I will quiet this song. And or reply say there be and yes and same be a do baby and I made funny passo eka na and then the man say so kasa answer no in the who come you crowd to me say inspiration from God and a man can be so and you know a man won't pay attention to the song no
allow lawyer to work
no inspiration from God I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I believe how
okay continue
I'm saying that on for him to say that and from as a minister of the gospel they get inspiration from God.
Oh yes.
I work with pastors so I know what I'm talking about. So a song, you know, a general song with a very powerful message in there. So I will also encourage everybody to go and listen. Because
any of one day.
And I think that you can't take anything from that. What we're proving in crab engineer and the crowd now Babaka say
okay, guys, so the full song is out now. Like the other day I was telling you that I was waiting for the full song to come out before I have my full bite. And now I think my panel members have done justice to it. Maybe I also have my time on it on one of the editorial sessions, so wait for it as well. But Kojo King, our artist here, has also released his song and the video. Please go on to YouTube and just type in Kojo King or better still Greenville Records. You are going to get a song Be Kind, and all the streaming platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Boomplay, everywhere that you can listen to a song online. Just type in Kojo King Be Kind and you are sure going to listen to this. Now after listening, come back and give us your reviews, because I know so many people are waiting for it, saying that if the song comes and it's not the best, you guys. So now I'm officially informing you that the song is out. Go out there, listen to it. The video is also out on YouTube. Just type in Kojo King Be Kind and you are sure going to get it. Thank you Intimdo de Solomon Chemo. Thank you Abbas Muiz. Thank you Roland Amate, to Digital Rasta Currency for doing camera, and Richie Flex as our editor and director of the show. My name is Sammy Flex. If you've not subscribed to our show, watch it. You've kept too long. Just subscribe to it now, because Showbiz is here just as the world is enjoying it. If sometimes we say we can play you some of the feedback and the voice notes that we are getting from our viewers, you will laugh. One day we do a session of just notes from them, and you guys will love it. So just be part of the bigger family. Sammy Flex TV. We are indeed entertainment. We are out.